Weil die indigenen Völker haben keine gute medizinische Versorgung und solche Sachen.
Genau.
Das wird schwierig so.
Wir sind mittel daran noch. Mal schauen, was passieren wird.
Es gibt keine Erfahrungswerte mit Corona, deswegen, wir müssen alle lernen.
Ja, aber gibt es mindestens Hoffnung, gell? So, dass
Ja, also hier in Deutschland, wir haben in Hamburg, es gibt nur noch 3 mehr Infizierte pro Tag, nicht mehr.
Wow, das ist sehr wenig.
Sehr wenig.
Fast nichts.
Ja. Und es gibt insgesamt in ganz Hamburg nur noch 125 mit Infektionen, mehr nicht.
Wow.
Ja, es ist sehr wenig geworden.
Es gibt Hoffnung. Ja. Oh, ja.
Ja, das ist, ich meine, natürlich, diese Coronavirus, man kann ihn nicht sehen, man kann ihn nicht riechen, man kann gar nichts, aber diese kleine Ding, was so klein ist, sie zeigt der ganzen Menschheit, vielleicht solltet ihr ein bisschen besser auf eurem Planeten aufpassen.
Genau, ich glaube, das ist die Lektion, dass wir gelernt haben.
Ich glaube auch. Ich glaube, das ist wirklich eine Lektion, die wir von der Natur bekommen.
Ja.
Ja.
Hoffentlich die Menschen, so die Mehrheit von Menschen.
Ja, ich hoffe auch.
Auch, oder? Sonst bringt es auch nichts. Oder?
Nee, wir müssen lernen. Wir müssen lernen von dieser Sache. Ja.
Genau. So, ich meine, von unserer Masterclass hier, ich glaube, ich werde dich vorstellen, so.
Ja, genau.
Auf Brasilianisch.
Yep.
Und dann möchtest du zum Beispiel am Anfang etwas so von dir sagen oder wie du übst oder ein paar...
Alles, was ihr fragen wollt. Wir können zuerst die Beispiele machen, wenn die Leute zuerst spielen wollen.
Ja.
Und dann können wir nach Fragen machen oder wir machen zuerst die Fragen und machen dann.
Vielleicht können die Leute zuerst vorspielen und dann fragen.
Ich denke auch, das ist gut.
Okay.
Wir können auch fragen, weißt du, wenn jetzt die erste anfängt mit Mozart zum Beispiel, wir können nach dem Mozart eine kurze Fragerunde machen zu Mozart oder irgendwie sowas.
Richtig. Super. Ja.
Perfekt.
Ich werde nur schauen, ob meine Schülerin schon da ist. Rogerio Wolf, kennst du?
Natürlich.
So, er ist eigentlich unser Querflötenlehrer.
Ja.
Und
wir sind gut befreundet, ich kenne ihn schon lange.
Sehr schön. Und Marco André auch kennst du, ich glaube.
Ja, Marco André kenne ich auch.
Er sollte auch dabei sein.
Super Flötisten, ja.
Und wir haben Leute aus dem ganzen...
Sag mal, ihr habt jetzt 12 Uhr in Brasilien, am Mittag.
Ja, genau, 11:02.
Aha, das ist jetzt also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Stunden zurück. Aha.
5 Stunden
ich dachte, das ist viel mehr, aber es ist nicht so viel.
Nein.
Ja.
Ja, und wir sollten Englisch sprechen nachher auch.
Ja, kein Problem.
Okay. Ich sehe, wir sind 23 Leute, so die Schülerin ist noch nicht da auch.
Ja. Wir können anfangen, dann, wenn die Schüler noch nicht da sind, können wir auch anfangen mit den Fragen. Vielleicht zuerst, dass du mich vorstellst und dann fangen wir zuerst mit den Fragen an. Können wir auch machen.
Ich mache einfach so eine kurze Begrüßung und so weiter.
Ja. Ich muss mal gucken, ob ich mit Brille besser sehe oder nicht. Keine Ahnung.
Okay.
Auch nicht besser. Das ist nicht schön.
Wie alt bist du eigentlich?
Ich bin jetzt 52.
Sieht super gut aus.
Mama mia, aber ich weiß
immer nicht. Du aus, gell? Schau.
Aber ich habe nicht mehr so viele Haare.
Okay.
Egal. Wir können nichts dran ändern. Wir müssen das nehmen, wie es kommt.
Das ist Natur.
Ja, genau.
So, fangen wir an. So 12 Uhr.
Ja,
das ist
genau.
Pünktlich.
Genau.
Weiter. So,
Brasilianische Pünktlichkeit.
Ich bin halb Schweizer, oder?
Ja, genau.
So, dann ist, bom dia a todos. Para quem não me conhece, eu sou Michel, sou coordenador do Instituto Baccarelli, professor de Piccolo. E bem-vindos. Estou vendo que todos estão com os microfones fechados, isso é ótimo, assim evitamos interferências. E hoje temos como convidado nesse Master Course Juergen Franz, né, um grande amigo, um grande flautista. O Juergen estudou em Stuttgart com Jean-Claude Gerard e depois ele estudou com Maxence Larieux e Sir James Galway. Desde o ano 2000, ele é membro da NDR Elbphilharmonie Orchester de Hamburgo, na Alemanha, e tocou também como flauta solo no La Scala de Milão, tocou no Richard Wagner Festival de Bayreuth, nas óperas, né? E tocou com Lorin Maazel na Sinfônica Toscanini, também na Itália. E frequentemente foi convidado pela Filarmônica de Berlim como flautista, né? Como convidado. Como solista, fez turnês na Alemanha, França, Japão, China, Estados Unidos e na Suíça. Além de flautista de orquestra, ele é professor na Hochschule de Hamburgo, né? Na Universidade de Música de Hamburgo. E dá masterclasses na Alemanha, China, Espanha, Estados Unidos e Japão. É um artista Reines e toca uma flauta de ouro 19,5 quilates. Eu queria só mostrar para vocês essa obra de arte que é a Elbphilharmonie de Hamburgo. Eu vou compartilhar minha tela com vocês, vamos ver se vai funcionar isso. Mas é uma das salas de concerto mais modernas e mais lindas do mundo, né? Então, deixa eu ver se eu consigo compartilhar com vocês. Deixa eu ver. Compartilhar a tela. Edilson, você poderia me colocar para compartilhar a tela? Está me ouvindo?
Que mais lento. Sai, Lu, sai. Está mutado isso daí.
Fala, Michel, chegando com a rapaziada. Universidade de São Paulo presente, agradecendo a oportunidade.
Michel, we can't hear you.
Now.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a lot of students also from the University of São Paulo. Toninho Carrasqueira is the teacher. He was my teacher also. And
yeah, I saw him already.
And now, please, I'd like to introduce everybody. Juergen Franz, please, Juergen.
Yes, hello. I'm very pleased to join you, and I think in these difficult times with the corona crisis we use all the possibilities with the internet, and we use the Zoom meetings, we use the Skype, everything, and which makes it quite easy happen that we have a masterclass from Hamburg to Brazil.
Yes. So, o que ele acabou de falar é que é um prazer estar conosco. E nesse tempo de corona, a gente pode utilizar a internet para fazer coisas, masterclasses de Hamburgo para o Brasil, fica tudo mais simples, né? Então, sejam muito bem-vindos.
Yeah, I'm think for the situation to communicate with a Zoom, I think it's maybe easy if you have questions. You can ask questions. You can even write them down in the chat, where you have maybe in
Yeah,
your iPhone, maybe
I
you
think
can
it's
use
better,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, because if everybody speaks, everybody will join into the conversation, and then we get a kind of troubleshooting here, which makes it complicated. So
Yeah.
maybe, and it's good because maybe you can write in Portuguese and Michelle can translate to me.
Yeah. Então, o que ele falou é que para deixar a classe um pouco mais organizada, para quem tiver questões, utilizem o chat e depois eu passarei para eles a questão e a gente vai fazendo assim. So we have Rogério Wolf. He's
Where's Rogério?
Rogério is down.
Here you are. Hey, Rogério, how are you doing?
Fine.
Very good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we know us so long time. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you too.
Yeah, so nice. Okay, so here I am.
We start with Viviane. She will play the second movement on G major. G or
major, yeah.
Viviane.
Hi, hello.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice
Maybe
to meet you too.
everybody who is not Vivienne or me or Michelle, switch off the microphone, because then you are not able to go into the conversation.
Yes, I just check it, and everybody.
Yeah. Maybe you can be just care a little bit about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Okay, Vivienne, let us know what you play and let's go.
Ok.
Você vai tocar o quê?
Segundo movimento do Mozart em Sol maior.
Sol, ok.
Sol maior.
G dur.
Comprende. Very good. Bravo. Very good.
Muito bem.
So can we stop first here and we start at the beginning again, because this is the first part we should speak about.
Podemos terminar nesse momento fazer até aqui e começar do começo mais uma vez?
Okay, so I think it's very important for you to think about the tempo, the basic tempo. You see, Mozart wrote us that he likes to have a 4/4 bar. It's Viervierteltakt, a 4/4 bar. Of course, we maybe for our safety we can count in 8, but the music should be still in 4. So in your tempo, I feel an 8/8 bar. So the metric in the bar is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and like this. But it should be still a 4/4 bar, because then it's adagio. Yes, you are right if you play slow, but ma non troppo, not too much. Okay. So can you start from beginning again? Beginning of the solo.
I will just translate
Yes.
the idea. So, basicamente, o que ele falou que o Mozart escreveu em quatro quartos, né? E para nossa segurança, a gente pode pensar em 8, só que vai perder musicalmente. Para tocar realmente em 4, né? Um adágio, mas é um adágio, mas não tanto, né? Não é super lento. Então, para mais musicalmente, vai ser a frase musical, pensar em 4 realmente vai ser mais musical.
Okay, because this is very important, because if you look to the music and where is the phrasing going, it's important to understand that, for example, in the first bar of the solo, if you start here, that's a D where you arrive, is the third beat in the bar. And as we know, in a 4/4 bar, the first and the third beat are the most important beats. So we have to understand this, because Mozart tries to do this twice, and in the third time he changed, so the phrase will go to the first beat there. So we have to understand, and if you always count in 8, you will not recognize where the music is going, and you will lose the flowing of the music. Okay?
Então, para entender, né, o 4/4, os tempos principais vão ser o primeiro e o terceiro, né? Então, para chegar, né, esse lá, lá, ré, si, sol, lá, si, lá, sol, fá, mi, ré, esse é o primeiro apoio, né? O terceiro tempo.
Okay, so please start again.
Do começo, por favor.
Just a little detail. Just a little detail. You see, what you do very nicely is you play these little notes inegal. I like very much.
Bem as podiaturas inegalmente, né? Você tem esse não tocar tudo no mesmo tempo.
What you have to understand, if you do this, is why you do it. Because the reason is these notes with the inegal, with the little notes, they are the upbeat to the third beat in the bar. So you have to make, if you like to make a nice phrasing, you need to make a tiny little bit diminuendo on the A to the B, natural, because then you are able to make the upbeat very beautiful. That you get a nice direction for the music. You understand what I mean, Vivian?
Você entendeu? Para fazer esse diminuendo até o...
Michel, você pode traduzir, por favor? Tá cortando.
Então, para fazer esses detalhes, né? Esse diminuendo, lá, lá, ré, si, sol, lá, si, e daí tocar em igual, para cair, como fosse uma queda, para chegar no ré, entendeu?
Okay, very nice. Let's try. Okay, very good. So, Vivian. Okay, you see, what you get is, it's still, I think you count too much in 8 notes. So 1, 2, da dee dee da da dee da dee da da dee da 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 dee. And then you have to check. These little notes are a little bit too slow. So it's 3 and da da dam. Not too slow, because it's still, there are 64th, yeah, fourth notes, 64. Very fast, actually, in this tempo still. So don't make them too early. I mean, they should be not like a metrical da 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 da, like mathematic, but they should be very relaxed in the diminuendo, because it's da 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 dee. It relaxes the phrasing, but it should be not da 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 dee. I know we in when I was young, and Rogerio, you will remember these editions for sure. They was misprinting. They was, I think they was printed 16th notes or something like this, and but now with the urtext what we have, they correct all these kind of things. So not too late.
I will just try to translate. Então, para você evitar de ficar pensando em colcheia, né? Seja mais livre, na verdade. E essas notas do ré, mi, fá são o quê? Fusas, eu acho, né? São fusas. Então, seriam mais rápidas, né? Porque ele comparou as edições antigas, da época dele, do Rogério, que... Mas atualmente, com a... está tudo muito mais preciso. Então, para você respeitar o que está escrito, certamente.
Yeah, and we have the same diminuendo in the next bar number 12 has the same diminuendo and the same rhythm. And you also, in the next bar, so the only difference between the first, which is first solo bar, which is bar number 11, and bar number 12, is the upbeat is different. The upbeat in the first bar of the solo is like this. In the second bar, which is bar number 12, the upbeat is a quarter long. This is the difference between these two bars.
São diferentes, né, as duas versões dos dois compassos, né, das apogiaturas e.
Yeah. And then we have the same upbeat. Actually, we have in the next bar, which is bar number 13, we have also the upbeat. But Mozart here in bar 13, he makes the phrasing longer. So we have to go a half a bar longer, because the most heavy point for the next phrase, for the third phrase, and it's always is Mozart's music, that in the third time when he tries something the first, he tries something the second time to find a solution for the phrasing, maybe with a kind of difference, and for sure in the third time he will find a solution for sure. And this is very typical for his music. So
que é muito típico da música de Mozart, né? Ele faz 3 vezes a mesma coisa, mas para diferenciar essas 3 vezes, né?
So be careful when you come for the third time, which is bar number 13, that you continue the phrase to bar 14, like this.
Ele está falando da terceira frase.
That you continue to hear, and the story will go on from here. Okay? Oh, it's a lot of information. Try to do this.
Do começo? The beginning?
Yes. The beginning. Yes.
First time, second time, third time. If you do this right, it's very good.
Para essas três.
Oi? Não entendi.
Just go.
Para você vai tocar as 3, né? Essas 3 vezes, para diferenciar as 3 os 3 trechos aí, do começo.
Bravo. Long. Diminuendo. Keep going. Going. Yeah. Okay. I think you will easily get it in one breath without breathing after these in between the octave, but you have to take a better breath before. I think you can get it easily, and you don't have to play too loud, because the character of the music is very something more intimate. You see, we have, if you look to the whole concerto, you have the first movement, which is a kind of maestoso character, which is outstanding for the masculine thema and feminine for the second thema, and it's like in the opera. But the second movement is always more inside of character, so you can play not as loud as you need.
O caráter desse segundo movimento é completamente diferente do primeiro, né? Um caráter mais íntimo. Então, para não tocar muito duro, para soprar muito, entendeu?
Okay. Can you try the third time? A good breath before.
Começar do terceira parte aí do início, por favor.
Okay, very good. There's a little details for this sentence here. Da di da di da di. Give this low C sharp a good support to arrive to the top E. And here is the first beat in the bar again, the most important. You see.
Valorize o do sustenido, né? Ré, do, e antes de ir para cima.
Yeah, and the thing is, unfortunately, you have repetition before the first beat. Di, sol, sol, fa, si, la, la, because you have to make a little bit of cut between sol and sol, because then if you don't do this, the people will not understand the language of the music.
Separe os 2 sols aí.
See,
Okay.
you have to, a little bit, tiny little bit, very tasteful. Can you start number 14? Okay, maybe the second time was too much cutting between the G's. Okay, but you understood what I mean. It should be, these kind of things should be very delicate and always beautiful. Beautiful in the way of, it should be clear, but nice. It's very important. If you make it just clear and it's like a teacher in the school, it's like this, I think this is not nice. If you play it nice and clear, it's enough. If it's clear, it's nice, and if it's nice, it's clear. It's good to understand.
Tem que ser claro e bonito tudo. Isso que ele quer dizer.
Okay, we continue now.
Pode continuar, Vivi.
Yeah. And just before you play, we have 3 E's to play here. Mi, 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 do, da, da, di, da, di. So what do you think, Viviana? Do you like to make a crescendo on the E's or do you like to make a diminuendo?
Nesses 3 E's, você gostaria de fazer o quê, por exemplo? Um crescendo ou um diminuendo?
Crescendo, crescendo,
And why?
Por quê?
crescendo,
Por quê?
crescendo.
Ele perguntou por quê.
Quê?
Ele perguntou por
Não
que
entendi, Michel.
crescendo. Ele perguntou por que
Ah,
crescendo.
por que crescendo?
Uhum.
Ah, porque está indo em direção ao dó sustenido, está indo em direção a
Just for
ponto
the
combinante.
direction
São 3
to
notas
the
iguais.
C flat.
Yeah, but maybe she should try it to make it different. Just give it a try.
Você poderia
Just because you
tentar
have,
fazer diferente, por exemplo.
yeah, just because you have. If she makes a diminuendo, maybe she bring herself to the position to make a kind of magic here. And if you come, because there's coming a next time, me, and here maybe you can make your crescendo because this will carry on the phrase.
That's interesting, really.
Yeah.
Então,
Because I know, because we always know, yeah, we should not play all the 3 E's with the same. And so we have to do something. Okay, we make crescendo. It's a very good idea. Yeah, but still, if you make a diminuendo, it's something active. What you do, and maybe you have to think about. And I mean, you can decide whatever you like to do, and just give it a try, and then you will see what you decide. So most people, I tell you, before they decide at the end, when they try it, they decide for the diminuendo.
É uma visão bem interessante.
In a better situation, in a better musicality situation for the next upbeat, because here they can make the crescendo. It's kind of idea.
É uma visão bem interessante a dele. Ele gostaria que as pessoas tentassem, né? Porque a maioria das pessoas tocam crescendo aí, mas por que não fazer um diminuendo? Pode ser que aconteça uma mágica, né? Mudança de cor mesmo, mudança de ambientação.
And it's also based on the reason of the harmony which happens in bar 16 with the orchestra. It's very nice to do this, because if you make a little bit, you can do this a second time. So you don't do it twice the same.
Esse crescendo você poderia fazer na segunda vez, mas nessa primeira vez, por ter essa harmonia da orquestra antes de tocar os mis,
okay, just try.
Né? Essa tensão talvez seja um momento de relaxar, talvez.
Yeah. Just give it a
Pode
try.
tentar para ver o que acontece. Diminuindo.
You see, you get a much longer connection of the music with this kind, because then you make this crescendo with the me in bar 17, and you can continue very beautiful. Here's the phrasing. You have this overture
maior com a música, do jeito que você fez, segundo ele.
Okay, continue. Very good.
Pode continuar.
Okay.
Muito bem.
Continua?
Sim.
It's bar 20.
Compasso 20.
It's here, this. This spot. Okay, now we have we come to the place where we always discuss about the trills, where to start the trill, and if it always should be from the upper note or not. So this is something. There's no rule from Mozart that every trill should be from the upper note. There's no rule which is 100% clear. Normally, yes, but we have excerpts about this, because we have excerpts. If you have a line of trills, something like you have in the Mozart flute and harp concerto, you have something like this, and you don't play, you don't do this, of course not. And maybe if you have a chromatic line of the main notes, you don't disturb, like in the G major. If you have something like this, you don't disturb the chromatic line, which make a trill from the upper note. Like this in the first movement. And here you can ask yourself, maybe you should not disturb the line from the scale. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, for sure, what I would not do is a long Vorhalt. Long appoggiatura, I would not do. You can start the trill from the upper note. If you think this is my dogma, you can do. I'm not, how you say, I'm not something who will discuss so long. But in a musicality way, it makes no sense to make the appoggiatura so long, because you will, you have to understand that the cadence finished on the C sharp. And if you take the finishing already before, you present a present, which normally you get on Christmas, you already present 3 days before. And this is not so nice. And you, this is possible also. But it's not, I think, for my opinion, this is not possible. This is too long. So if you like to start the trill from the upper note, which is possible, make it not too long. Okay?
I was just trying to translate this. Aqui é um trecho onde começa discussões sobre trilos, né? Então, ele falou que não tem uma regra fixa para Mozart, né? E a opinião dele tem duas variantes, né? Para valorizar o cromatismo, né? Não precisaria começar pela linha de cima, ele fez algumas demonstrações, ou se for começar pelo doce, né? Para que não seja uma longa appoggiatura, fica tudo mais para demonstrar esse cromatismo, na verdade. Mas não, né? No.
Okay.
Yeah. So and because we have for the next thing, we can also speak about the trill, to where to start from. Here we have a kind of rule, because we have both times. This is now I speak about bar number 23. This is a more clear situation here for the where to start the trill from, because you have a B natural before, and in this situation, of course, you start the trill from the upper note, like this.
Isso é uma outra situação, né? Essa já é uma outra situação que a gente pode discutir também por onde começar o trilho. Sorry.
Yeah. But we can discuss if we make this trill with a Nachschlag or without a Nachschlag, because the Nachschlag will already present as a B and as a A sharp. So with this Nachschlag, you lose a little bit the tension for the music.
E agora ele está falando sobre a terminação do trilo, né? Como fazer a terminação. Sorry.
Yeah. Actually, I think you get more tension for the music, more tension. Like this, without enough, because you have a more Vorhalt. And we have the same situation if we arrive in the next part where Mozart actually brings the same phrase, but he's not sure where to go. So it's one octave lower. And again, he asks himself, I'm not sure where to go with the phrase. And then he finds idea. I have idea. And then it's coming this. And this is the idea. This is the solution for the exposition of the second movement. Okay, this is the idea what I have for this. Of course, I know there are a lot of discussions about this, but at the end, it's for me, it's also in a way of how I think for the music, it's working very good.
Ele fez algumas demonstrações de como ele acha que deveria ser a interpretação das terminações do trilo, levando em conta as tensões e etc. Basicamente isso que ele demonstrou.
Yeah. So maybe she can start with this upbeat to bar number 21, and then we finish to
Poderia começar do compasso 21 da Ana Cruz.
Try again, no problem. Yeah, you should again think. Stop, please stop. Sorry that I stop so often, but I think it's easy because you see these A and B natural with a trill is the second beat in the bar, and the second beat will guide you to the third beat, which again is a heavy beat. So if you disturb the second beat, you lose the heaviness what the music needs on the third beat. So you can go actually far. Like this, and you get the, how you say, the weight. It's not an accent, it's kind of weight what you feel on the third beat. And it's more easy if you find the line on the second beat which guides you to the third beat. Once more.
Para você ter mais, para você chegar com mais peso, né? Esse segundo tempo vai te levar ao terceiro tempo com mais peso. Estou sem as partes aqui, não sei nem do que eu estou falando, mas é basicamente isso.
Yes, and we have same thing. Okay, you see, you make, Viviana, you make the trill without from the top note.
So now we have I found the parts, so everybody can.
Yeah, everybody can see. So Viviana, you do the trill without playing it from the upper note. These two trills, they have to be from the upper note because the first trill for sure, which is in bar 23. Because we have BB, there's a repetition, eine Prim. The interval is a prim, and always if the second note is the same like the first, and the second note has a trill, you start from the upper note. And because you have a kind of echo for the second time, I would make it the same the second time, which comes from here. It's about 24. Yeah, and if you like to make a Nachschlag, you can make a Nachschlag after the drill, but I would not, because I would not give up the. I like it. The attention goes to the third beat of the bar, and the third beat is always the
Se você quiser fazer essa terminação.
Yeah. So I don't. For me personal, but I accept everything. If it's nice, it's nice.
Ele não faz, mas você, se você quiser, ele aceita.
Okay, can you try again? Yeah, it's upbeat to 23.
Oh, sorry.
No, don't worry. From the upper note. Please. Yes, very nice. These two breathing marks, they are not a bad idea actually. The two breathing marks in 25.
Here. Here. You might hear.
Yeah. But this one, which comes here now, which is the second breathing mark here, should be the biggest one.
Ele acha que aqui na tela, né, essas duas marcas de respiração não são más, não. Que essa segunda seria a mais importante.
Yeah, and this is a long line in my part is the poco
I just found this.
Yeah, but it's this. It's no problem. This is no problem. It's okay.
That's Sir James edition.
I think so. I saw it. Yeah. This is no problem. There's no problem. So, and because the second breathing marks will make you able to get the end completely in one breath, and you can make a kind of diminuendo in bar 25, which also saves some air here. And you go. Okay.
Ele acha que se a gente respirar bem nesse segundo local aqui, dá para a gente chegar até aqui sem respirar daí. E ainda mais fazendo diminuindo nessa onde eu estou mostrando aqui, nessas fusas.
Yeah. I think for the Mozart we can stop here, because if we do all the rest it would be too long.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But this is
a
way
Mozart... Sorry.
Yeah, this is a way how you think, how you should start to think about the music. I mean, we can play the music just maybe like we heard it from somebody else, or like we feel, but maybe we feel different yesterday than today, which is also no problem. I mean, we don't play these kind of things all the time, but I think for the phrasing and for the metric, we have just to look a little bit to the music, and we should know exactly what we are doing. Because if you know exactly what you are doing, you are not afraid about the playing it before an audience, in front of an audience, because you know. And I mean, this means not something that there's nothing, they said there's maybe nothing will happen. There will happen all the time was something, but this is not the problem. If the music direction is clear, you don't have to be afraid about anything, actually, because the music will guide you.
A música sempre vai te guiar se você tiver né? Então, para você pensar no que ele falou aqui. Tem bastante coisa, não? Estamos só no composto 25 e 27 e gastamos quase meia hora com isso. Foi bem legal. Thank you very much for
Thank you.
Yeah, bravo,
for
bravo,
the
Juergen.
tips.
Thank you.
So, Juergen, I think we have a quarter of 15 minutes. Maybe it
Maybe we
would be
can
interesting for us to we
have some.
can answer the questions. Maybe.
Yeah, if we have some questions,
What
we
do you
can.
think?
Yeah, we should do this.
So, Lucas has a question. What qualities would you look for a student nowadays, considering the school of teach?
For me, it depends on when I look to a student. It depends on which level he likes to enter. In a kind of, if there's a student coming for the bachelor, for example, I have different things where I check up, and if there's coming somebody for the master, the level is different. And for example, the basics, like which for me are very important, is position of embouchure, position of fingers, all these really basic things, breathing. This should be not as perfect in a bachelor audition like in a master. In a master audition, because we have to understand that a master study just is 2 years. In 2 years, it's very difficult to go back to the basics and to adjust the basics. So I have to be very careful if I look for somebody who's coming for the master set. I look very careful if the basics are working very good, and if there's a kind of artistry character in the person. This is for me very important. And for the bachelors, I look for somebody who is curious about the flute. I look for somebody who is hungry for learning things. And this is very important because I can,
really,
I mean, if, yeah, maybe somebody crazy like me when I was young, buying all the CDs of Sir James and Jean-Pierre Rampal and Maxence Larieux and every books and all these things, eating flute stuff like crazy.
I think our generation was like you said, very interested, very CDs,
information was not to find in the computer.
Yeah, and nowadays they have all the things. They have YouTube, they have Spotify, or they have all the things, and they are not so interested, or there's no magic, I think.
This is something which is in all the younger generation. It's like this, but I mean, to get the skill to play the flute well, for this you still need to be hungry to make things better, to polish your playing, to polish the scales, to polish the arpeggios every day. I mean, it's like a worker who's every time working and filing and more beautiful here. I mean, if you all look to your beautiful flutes you have in front of you, and you can imagine how long they file something to make it really shiny and beautiful. It's what we have to do with our scales and with the arpeggios and with the tone studies we do. And if we are really interested in making things better, I think this is very important. It's very important. And if I see something in a person who is really, I like to make it better, I like to want to be a better flute player, then it's for me, then it seems to be very interesting.
Obrigado, Michel.
Vou traduzir basicamente, o que ele falou, que tem 2 níveis que ele admite, né, como estudante, que são o bacharelado e o master, né? O master são apenas 2 anos, então ele não vai pegar gente para que tenha problemas básicos, por exemplo. Então, já vão estar prontos, né? São alunos prontos para fazer esse master que dura 2 anos. E para o bacharelado, o que mais intriga ele, para os alunos que ele mais gostaria de ter, são os alunos que têm muito interesse, têm fome de flauta, assim. Então, aqueles que estão em busca de flauta, né? Ele acha muito importante também que a embocadura esteja já no nível legal, posição de mãos, etc. Acho que é basicamente isso. Another question. Escrever. Qual aqui? Deixa eu ver.
Here's a new question.
And how is the process to study with you in the Musikhochschule? There is a Aufnahmeprüfung or
Aufnahmeprüfung,
something.
yes. It's very easy. And because of the Corona situation now, of course, we do the first round of the Aufnahmeprüfung will be a digital round. So now it's like a lot of Musikhochschule will do now. They send a video and we select from all over the world, we select the videos and invite the people for a second round will be here, which will be happen here in Hamburg.
Okay, and there are two rounds.
Yes.
Video and
the first round is a video round, and then who goes through the video round will be invited for the Präsenzrunde.
Ok. Para estudar com ele na Alemanha, respondendo a Sabrina dos Santos. Então, nessa época do coronavírus, teremos eles têm que enviar um vídeo, que a primeira fase é por vídeo atualmente, e a segunda fase vai ser presencial. É isso. Que mais? João Andrade, for your articulation, what kind of digi digi, tege tege, how do you make your articulation?
French, du. Non taka taka taka, no. Or da 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 da, no. Du, like French people.
Ele usa como os franceses, digu.
Yeah, because it's sometimes I think we have this translation from the French school. Some even in the Moïse studies, or I think we have there was even in the Tavanel book school, they have a translation when Tavanel spoke about articulation, they make ta ta ta, and it's not ta ta ta. Ta ta ta. Actually, R is not a very good vowel for playing the flute, actually, because it opens the mouth. Ta ta ta. It's better to have u, ü, or something like that, because
as sílabas com A não funcionam muito bem, né? Então, ta, 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 ga, da, ga. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like this. It sounds awful, but it's the same on the flute. It's not beautiful, because if you and if you check that the vowel is always carrying the sound. So if the vowel stops, it will be not nice. So you get it very smooth and very fast.
Dugu ele usa então,
yeah.
Né? É mais rápido e soa melhor.
Yeah.
Another question. To study in the Musikhochschule, it's in German or in English or both? So you can study.
It's in German, and you have to make a German test, and these German tests going to be B2 exactly. They are going to be more and more important because because in the old days the people was not so, because we was teaching in English or sometimes a little bit Italian or French or something like this. But nowadays the school takes very much care about the language, because the other lessons you get in Musiktheorie and things like this, they will be taught in German, and this has to be understood very well.
So, para quem perguntou aqui, a Ariane e o Lucas, então tem que estudar em... O curso vai ser em alemão mesmo, tá? Esse certificado B2, B2.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
Any more questions?
Rogério, quer falar algo? Rogério Ascioli, Rogério Wolf.
Rogerio Perucci. So much Rogerios.
Rogério Perucci. É que eu não tenho. So, I just want to say thank you very much for your for giving us so a beautiful masterclass, to giving us your time and
thank you for
spending
inviting me.
your time with us. And it was a great pleasure. I think it was a great Mozart lesson today. And
I mean,
I
it's
hope
always
everybody
complicated with the
enjoy it.
Mozart. Yeah. With Mozart, it needs a lot of time, because you should never forget that, especially for us, the Mozart concert is like a card you present from yourself. This is what you give when you play for an orchestra. This is what you give when you play for an audition. Even in the Musikhochschule, a lot of people play the Mozart concertos. And I think it's worth to polish it very well, because it's so important for your career, the Mozart concerto.
So, ele falou que o concerto de Mozart é a nossa cartão de visita, né? Então, é muito importante da gente tocar bem essa música, essa peça que vai ser o mais importante, né? Para você entrar numa escola, para você entrar numa orquestra, vai ser sempre pedido esse concerto. So, thank you very much, Juergen, Franz,
Michael,
bravo.
vielen Dank. Thank you very much, everybody,
Vielen Dank.
for listening. Ciao.
Bleibt gesund.
Ciao.
Ja,
Und
ciao,
alles Gute.
Rogerio.
Ciao a todos.
Take care.
Kisses to everybody there. And stay healthy, everybody.
Yeah.
You too.
Fingers crossing.
Bye-bye.
Yes, bye.
Thank you.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.